we'll start without the weights. We're gonna start with our feet wide. Hands to your hips. Let's take some big hip circles, yawning through the hip joints. Just noticing what's tight, moving slower through those parts. And reverse. Hips to the center. Let's let the arms hang and we'll take a twist, allowing the arms to swing with that centrifugal force. You can turn your head with your torso, or you can keep your head fixed forward, whatever feels better in your body. Just breathing easy. We'll come back to the center. Let's take some big arm circles. Reach forward and up, back behind you and down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach behind you and down. One more. Big yawn for your shoulders. Reverse, inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Two more. Big, slow circle. All right, let's take your hands to your hips. We're gonna externally rotate the legs, turn your toes and knees out. We'll fold at the hips and knees and stand up, waking up the hip joints here. Fold at your hips and knees and stand up. Keeping the back straight. Hinge forward as you squat, vertical as you stand. Let's take the feet forward now, parallel. Same thing, fold at your hips and knees and stand up. Just noticing how this angle feels at the hips. If it feels tighter in one hip or the other, feel free to adjust wider or narrower. Two more. And now we'll try a little internal rotation. Turn your toes and knees slightly in. We're just gonna take a little tiny squat, so a little fold at the hips and knees, and then we're gonna stay there. We're gonna shift your pelvis over to one side and then over to the other side. So I'm kind of tilting one hip down, one hip up, and switch. Just a little massage for those hip joints. Maybe getting a little stretch for the glutes if they're tight. They might not be. One more each way. And then we'll come back up and we'll walk the feet in. All right, let's actually bring the legs all the way together. We're gonna bend your knees here, hands to your knees, and you're gonna circle the knees. Shifting your weight around your feet and reverse. And knees to the center, we'll stay bent in the knees. And we're gonna round your back, tuck your head, tuck your pelvis. Come to neutral and then extend. Lift your head, lift your tailbone, chest through the arms. Two more at your own pace. Support yourself with your arms. And we'll stand all the way up. Feel free to stand close to something to hold on to. We're gonna keep the legs together and we'll work the feet a little bit. Lift your heels and lower your heels. Squeeze through midline, drawing your ankles toward each other, inner thighs toward each other. Lift through your pelvic floor and abdominals. You can do this with balance or with holding on to something. And now lift your heels up. Let's keep the heels lifted. Bend your knees and straighten your knees. Keeping the heels high and keeping the spine vertical, upright. Bend your knees. Keep the pelvis here. Lower and lift your heels without moving your pelvis. 3, 2, 1. And stand all the way up. Take some big shoulder rolls and reverse. Okay, let's grab the weights now. And we're gonna stand with 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward, kind of a long stance, a big space between the legs. Square your hips and toes forward, collarbones wide. And we're gonna start by lifting the back heel and lower. Lift and lower. Pressing into the back toes, into the big toe ball especially. Let's add a bicep curl to this. Lifting the weights as you lift your heel. Zip up through your pelvic floor and abdominals. 3 more here. Lower the back heel down, and now we're gonna flex the front foot and lower. Flex and lower. Option for that bicep curl here too. Little pinch in your shoulder blades, collarbones wide. Lift through the abdominals to help flex your foot. 3 more. All right, lower the front foot, lift your back heel again, and maybe scoot it back a little bit further. We're gonna keep the back heel lifted, hips squared forward, bend both knees, and straighten the knees, sinking straight down. You can do your bicep curls again, or you can take the weights just above your shoulders and press up. Good. Four more. Okay, let's release, step the feet together. Bring the weights up overhead and bring those weights together. We're gonna take tricep press behind your back and up. Behind the head and up. Option to balance on one leg. If you're on one leg, switch. You don't have to balance. Last 3. All right, release, bring the arms down. All right, and we'll switch sides now. 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward. Big long stance between the feet. Square your toes, hips and shoulders forward. And we'll start with that calf raise. Lift and lower the back heel. Option for your bicep curl at the same time. Press into the big toe ball especially. Lifting through your heel, through your calf, up through your glute on that back leg. Three more. All right, we'll flex the front foot. Flex and lower. Option for the bicep curl. Lift through your pelvic floor and abdominals. Three more. Lower the front foot. Lift your back heel and maybe scoot that foot back a little bit further. We'll come straight down, bend both knees and straight up. You can add any arm work you like. You can bring the weights up, overhead and bend to the shoulders, or take your bicep curls as before. Or if you want to make up your own, that's also fine. 4 more. And release. All right, let's step the feet sits bone distance apart. Collarbones wide, and let's take a little squat here. Fold at your hips and knees. We're gonna take both arms back, both arms down. Let's do that a few times. Back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Press back, and now tricep press. Hinge at your elbows, press back. Maintain that squeeze in your shoulder blades. Lengthen your spine from head to tail. Belly button up to the spine just to support your spine. Three more. And we'll stand all the way up. Take a few shoulder rolls. And reverse. All right, let's come back into that squat. Fold at the hips and knees. This time we're gonna take your arms out to the sides and down. Out to the sides and down. Three, 2, and 1. Let's set the weights to the side and we'll stand all the way up. Okay, feel free to hold on to something for this. We're gonna stand on one leg, bend the other knee to about 90 degrees. We're gonna keep the knee at 90 and we're gonna move at the hip joint. So you're gonna take your knee forward and up, and then take that knee down and back behind your pelvis if you can. Again, forward and up, down and back. Moving as far as you can with your bent knee, with your bent leg, without moving your pelvis. Let's hold that knee behind you as best you can. Squeeze the thighs toward each other. Now we're gonna lower the back toes down, tap the floor, and lift that foot up. Lower, tap the floor, and lift up. Tuck your pelvis, pubic bone forward, belly button back. Blossom open the front of the hips. Squeeze your thighs together, and keep trying to pull that bent knee back. Knee behind hip. Or at least aiming for that direction. 3 more, we should feel the back of the leg, the hamstring, from the back of your knee, pulling up to the sits bone. Last one. Now let's bend to 90, fold that hip forward. Don't take your knee quite as high as your hip, but maybe close to it. And from there, you're gonna try and straighten that knee and bend. Extend the knee and bend. So stabilizing at the hip. If that feels like too much, take the knee a little lower. If you want a little bit harder, take the knee a little higher. Keep the standing knee straight. 2 more. And we'll step down, shake it out. Whew, okay. Let's do that on the other side. Bend your free leg to 90 degrees. We'll keep the knee at 90, moving at the hip, forward and up, down and back. Stabilize your pelvis, moving at the hip socket, moving your leg bone within your hip socket. Two more. Bring that knee down and back. Try and bring the knee behind the other knee. Squeeze your thighs together, and we're gonna tap your toes to the floor. Pull that heel up toward your butt. Lower, tap the floor, pull it up. Moving at the knee. Keep extending at the hip. So we're open through the front of the hip, navel to spine. abdominals are working to try to keep the pelvis tucked. Feel the back of the leg working. Your hamstring is connected to the back of the knee and then up to the sit bone. So I can feel all those connections here. I don't know about you. 2 more. Bend to 90. Let's take your knee forward and up in front of you. How high that knee is up to you. And then we're going to extend the knee and bend. Trying to keep your knee at the same height as you straighten and bend. Standing knee is straight. You can always take that knee a little higher or a little lower. 3 more. And we'll set that leg down, shake it out. And we're gonna come to kneeling. All right, so high kneel. Make sure that you've got some space to either side of you. So feel free to turn sideways if you need. We're gonna take your arms out to the sides. All right, we're gonna tilt over to one side. We're gonna end up bringing one hand down and lifting the opposite leg up. And then you're gonna reverse that, bringing the knee down and the hand up. And then you'll go to the other side. Take as much time as you need, trying to make that somewhat graceful. It might not turn out that way, but the intention's there. Let's tip over to one side and we're going to stay on that side for a little bit. So one hand down, you can have the other hand at your hip, behind your head, and then we're going to straighten the leg that's off the floor. Keep the hips squared forward and we're going to tap your toes down to the floor and lift that leg up. Tap the floor, lift up. Navel to spine again, we're open through the front of the hip. Pubic bone forward, belly button back. Hold this leg up, little circles. Stabilize your pelvis as you circle your leg. Reverse. Hold this leg up, little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna bend that knee. Reach your arm out, and we're gonna try and come up to 2 knees with control. And then we'll go to the other side. All right, your free hand can come to your hip or behind your head. Extend the free leg out, square your hips forward, tap the floor, and lift, lower and lift. Navel to spine. Open through the chest, open through the front of the hips. Lift up, little circles. Stabilize your pelvis as you circle your leg. Reverse. Lift up, let's pulse a little higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, extend your arm, and slowly come back up. Whew. All right, let's come down to hands and knees. Take some cat-cow, arch and round, or any spinal movement that feels good to you. Let's find your flat back. Spread your fingers wide. We'll point the elbows backward. We're going to do some tricep push-ups. So we'll bend the arms, lean forward, squeeze your elbows toward your ribs. And then push yourself back up. Inhale, bend at the arms, lean forward, elbows into your ribs. Exhale, push up. 4 more. Connect to your abdominals. Let's try 1 more. Bend your arms, lean forward, hold it. Squeeze your elbows in. Now push up just an inch, come down an inch. Up an inch, down an inch for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up, sit back for a child's pose or any other stretch that you like. Whew. Breathe into your lower back, into your sacrum. Breathe into your mid-back, your lower ribs, the base of your bra strap. And then breathe into your upper back, into your shoulder blades, maybe even breathe into your shoulders and neck. Okay, we're gonna come back to hands and knees. We're gonna do some rotation of the spine. And we can do this with or without a weight. So if you're holding a weight, let's hold it with your right hand. We're gonna take your right arm to the side, look at your hand, and lift that arm up as much as you can. And now slowly we're gonna twist underneath yourself to the left, reaching to the left, under your body. Good, and again, inhale, open up to the right. How high can you lift that arm? And now slow control as you twist and reach under. 2 more. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, reach under. 1 more. Can you go a little further? Maybe so, maybe not. Okay, and we'll switch. Lengthen your spine. If you're holding a weight, we'll hold with the left hand. Take the left arm out to the side, lift and rotate up as high as you can, and then slowly twist under to the right. Inhale, open up to the left. Navel to spine, exhale, twist under to the right. One more time here. Maybe you go a little further. Okay. Let's do a little bit more with the arms. Let's grab a weight with your right hand. You're welcome to grab a heavier weight if you like. Going into some triceps. So let's bring that right arm straight back, and we'll hinge at your elbow and press back. Bend the elbow and press back. Good. Option to extend the opposite leg behind you. Lift your abdominals, lengthen from your head out through your sits bones or out through the leg behind you. Four more. And we'll switch sides. Pull the left arm back, lengthen your spine, and we'll hinge at your elbow, press back. Bend the arm, press back. Keep your elbow lifted, your shoulder lifted. An option to extend the opposite leg. Keep lifting your abdominals. Get a little longer through the sides of your neck, through the sides of your waist. Four more. And we'll release, set that weight to the side, and let's come to sitting. All right. Legs in front of you. Let's have the knees bent, feet down and legs together. You can hold on behind your thighs or you can reach forward. We're gonna hinge back, inhale. Lift up to vertical, exhale. Keeping the spine neutral, straight as best you can. Lift through midline, good. Two more. Hinge back one more time. We'll turn the palms down and pump for hundreds. Inhale for 5 arm pumps. Exhale for 5 arm pumps. Squeeze your knees together. Broaden your collarbones. Option to lift one leg to tabletop. Maybe you switch legs. Maybe both legs come up or both legs down. One more breath. And we'll set the feet down and come to any comfortable sitting position. You can sit cross-legged, you can extend the legs out, and let's grab the weights for a little bit of seated arm work. All right, we'll bend the arms to 90 degrees. Palms facing up, collarbones wide, a little squeeze in the shoulder blades, and we'll rotate the arms out, in and forward. Rotating your upper arm bones within your shoulder sockets. Stabilize the shoulder blades, so we keep a little bit of a squeeze in the shoulder blades the whole time. Option to add a head turn, stretching your neck. One more each way. And we'll set those weights off to the side. Let's take a side bend. We're gonna take one arm down, stretch the other arm over. Take a breath or two here. And then we'll go to the other side. Go to the first side again. This time you're going to take your free hand behind your head and we're going to rotate down. Point your elbow at the floor and then rotate up and back. Sternum toward the ceiling. Again, forward and down. Rotate up and back. One more time for each. And we'll go to the other side. Free hand behind your head. And we'll rotate down. Point your elbow at the floor, or maybe you try to touch your knee. And then rotate up and back. 2 more. And we'll come all the way up. And lie down onto your back. All right, we'll do a little bit of pelvic movement here. So we'll have the knees bent. Feel your sacrum, the back of your pelvis heavy on the floor. Relax the arms and shoulders. We're gonna try and use just the core muscles, your abdominals in the front, your lower back muscles in the back. All right, we're gonna press the top of your sacrum down, imprint, press your lower back down, and then back to neutral. And now tilt forward, press your tailbone down, creating lots of space under your lower back. And neutral. Exhale, tilt your pubic bone toward your nose, imprint. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, tilt forward, arching the back, pubic bone toward your feet. Inhale, neutral. And again, using the core. One more each way. And we'll come back to neutral. We're going to do a little bit of rotation now. We'll press your right hip down toward the floor. Lift the left hip slightly away from the floor. Inhale, come back to neutral. Other side, left hip down, right hip slightly up, breathe out. Inhale to neutral. And again, try and use your core muscles. Exhale to rotate. One hip moves down, the other moves up. Inhale through neutral. Exhale, switch. Press one hip down, the other hip lifts slightly. Just exploring how far you can go using the core muscles. It's hard to get much movement, so you might not get as much as you expect. One more each way. Okay, now let's go into a circle. So we'll think about the pelvis as a clock. Your belly button will be 12 o'clock, pubic bone will be 6 o'clock, hip bones will be 3 and 9. You can decide which is which. So we're going to tilt toward 12 o'clock. So you're tilting your pubic bone toward your nose. And now you're going to slowly walk around your clock to number 1 and then 2. We're pressing that number down as we come to a 3. 4, we're starting to arch the back now, 5. All the way forward, 6. And now to the other side, 7. 8, we're in our rotation as we come to 9. Deepen your abdominals, 10. 11, deepest abdominals as we come to 12. Again, same direction, now at your own pace. Again, using your core muscles, your back and your abdominals. It's a mix of both. One more in this direction. When you're done, you'll come back to neutral. Just relax. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Take a moment to reset. Okay, and now we're going to go the other direction. So we'll tilt to 12 o'clock first. Find your abdominals. And now we'll walk to 11, 10, 9. We're in our rotation. 8, arching the back, 7, big arch, 6, 5, we're starting to rotate the other way, 4, 3, find your abdominals, 2, deepen the abdominals, 1, deepest abdominals, 12. Continue, 2 more in this direction. Can you use just the core? And how exaggerated can you make this? Find those abdominals as quickly as you can as you start to go to the top of the clock. And when you're done, you'll come back to neutral. All right, setting up for bridging now. Shoulder blades flat against the floor. We're gonna keep the pelvis and spine in neutral now. Take an inhale. Exhale, connect to your abdominals without changing the spinal position, and then lift your pelvis up. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, lead from your tailbone, slowly lower down. Landing the spine and pelvis as one piece. Inhale at the bottom. Press down through your arms, down through the feet, connect to your core, and float your pelvis up. Hold, breathe in. Exhale, wide sits bones, reach the hips forward toward your calves as you lower down, creating some length in your spine. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press down through the feet, down through the arms and shoulders, lift. Hold, breathe in. Reach the sits bones forward, breathe out slowly, lower down. Lengthen the spine as you come down. Last one. We're gonna hold at the top. Keep your pelvis level. We're gonna do some lateral translation. So we're just gonna shift your pelvis over to the right, keeping the pelvis level, back through center, and then over to the left, and back to center, like if your pelvis were on a pretty high skateboard, and we'd be rolling that board side to side. Or sometimes we like to use the image of the typewriter when you get to the end and you kind of push that thing over. I don't know what that thing is called, but it's that sliding, gliding side to side. And let's lower the pelvis down an inch or two, and then do the same motion from here. And then lower down another inch or two, so we're just barely off the floor. Same motion, side to side, glide, slide, keeping the hip bones level. It's a funky movement, I know. Back to center. Let's lift the pelvis all the way up through center. Reach your sits bones forward and slowly lower all the way down. Open your arms, sway your knees side to side, or hug your knees into your chest, whatever feels better to you. Three more breaths to stretch. Okay, we're gonna turn to one side. Do a little bit of side lying. Okay, we're gonna straighten the bottom leg. Place your top knee down on the floor in front of you. Working your inner thigh here. Lift and lower the bottom leg. Exhale up, inhale down. Navel to spine as you lift. Hold this leg up, little circles.
Yeah, you do.
Give it a try. Look at that. Pretty good. You're about halfway there.
Reverse. And now pulsing up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, and lower down. Let's straighten both legs. Long line through the body, squeeze your thighs together, navel to spine, and we're gonna lift both legs. Inhale, lower. Navel back, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Option to lift your head and chest slightly as you lift the legs. Pressing into one or both arms. Option to take your top hand to your hip or thigh. Three more. Lift up, hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Draw your knees into your chest, and we're gonna take a twist. Take the top arm forward. Follow that hand as you reach up and back. Make any adjustments to be more comfortable, and we'll relax and breathe, allowing gravity to stretch your torso. Relax your neck and shoulders. Breathe into your back, into your hips. One more deep breath. And we'll untwist. Let's find our way to the other side. All right, starting with some inner thigh work. Straighten the bottom leg, place your top knee down in front of you. And when you're ready, we'll lift and lower the bottom leg. Exhale up, inhale down, navel to spine as you lift. Hold this leg up, little circles. Reverse. Pulse this leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Straighten both legs. Long line from your head out through your feet, navel to spine, and squeeze your thighs. We'll lift both legs. Inhale, lower both legs. Navel back, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Or I should say exhale, then pull your abs in, then lift your legs. So it's a quick little sequence there. Start your exhale, that pulls your abs in, and then you lift. Option to add the head and chest lift. Option to take your top hand to your hip or thigh. Three more. This time we'll lift and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Draw your knees in toward your chest. We'll take the top arm forward. Follow that hand with your eyes as you reach up and rotate back. Relax your head. Relax your neck and shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. Let's come onto our bellies, face down on the floor. All right, we're gonna have the arms bent. So arms are kind of next to your shoulders and ribs. Float your forehead slightly off the floor. Drive your pubic bone down, belly button up, lengthen and protect the low back. Squeeze your shoulder blades and now float your arms just slightly off the floor. We're gonna try to keep the feet down. Now reach one arm forward. Bend that arm and switch. Reach the other arm forward and bend. Reaching one arm at a time. Keep that little lift in your belly button to lengthen and protect your lower back. Press your feet down. maybe reach both arms forward and bend both arms. Reach and bend.
There you go.
3 more. And we'll take a little rest. You can relax here on the floor or come to a child's pose. Okay, let's take your hands under your shoulders. So we'll have the hands back a little further than before. So your elbows are off the mat. Squeeze the elbows in, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Again, float your forehead slightly off the floor. All right, going into some swan, you're gonna look forward, lift your chest up, press into the heels of your hands and start to push yourself up. How high is up to you? And then slowly lower down. Squeeze your elbows in, float your forehead an inch or 2 off the floor. And again, look forward, lift your chest. Squeeze your elbows in, press and lift up. Slowly lower down. 3 more. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Elbows in. 1. Squeeze your shoulder blades. All the way down. Again, you can rest here or come into a child's pose or whatever feels good to you. All right, coming back to hands and knees. Make sure you've got just a little bit of space behind you. Wrists under shoulders, spread your fingers wide, and we're gonna go into a plank position. So let's step 1 foot back. Plant those toes to the floor, lift your abdominals, step the other foot back to meet it. Hips in line with the shoulders, stay and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your hips up, find a downward dog-like stretch or any other stretch that feels good to you. You're welcome to pedal the feet. Okay, and you're all done.